You're tuned in to Radio Café. Ride with us every last Friday night of the month. Cruise the airwaves and savor the sound on Radio Café. A place where we vibe to the rhythms and savor the beats, from hidden gems to classic all-stars. On Radio Café. Kick back and enjoy the ride. Experience the flavor through sound. On Radio Café.
All right. Gonna do a performance for y'all of 3 songs. Let's go, Falcon.
On Radio Café.
All right, let's do it.
Yes.
Here I am so bold, ashes where I rose. You can't get the high if you never felt the smoke. Here I am so bold, ashes where I rose. You can't get the high if you never felt the love. They love it, but afraid to say it. I ain't cocky, I just do my thing, yeah. I admit I lost a couple years, yeah. Too much brandy and a lot of beers, yeah. A reputation ain't the best I know. But my story I'ma have to tell, yeah. Mama wildin', had 2 sons in cells, yeah. They got home, I didn't know them well, yeah. It was fighting, it was yelling too. Punch walls in the living rooms. My mama told me she ain't wanna live, no. All she wanted was away from here, yeah. Left when I was 15, granny house, sleeping in my daddy room. Crack rocks, burnt spoons, my life in view. Darkness ensue, damn, real life. Mama oldest out of 8, had to hold a lot of weight, and her mind was clouded, so she went the Buddhist route, ringing bells and chanting out. Ring a kill, tears falling down. Peace, love and harmony until the demons out. And when they acting out, a different side of her. The highs and lows, the bipolars, the open bottles, marble lights, the suicidal ideation, prison in her own flesh. Hoping every inhalation be her last breath. This is real. Here I am so bold, ashes where I rose. You can't get the high if you never felt the smoke. Here I am so bold, ashes where I rose. You can't get the high if you never felt the low. Here I am so bold, ashes where I rose. You can't get the high if you never felt the smoke, yeah. Vibing out, vibing out. High came down, high came down. High came down, high came down. High came down, high came down. High came down. I don't wanna fight about it, I just wanna love you down. I can see it in your eyes, tired of the run around. Say I'm cold like snowfall, chilling on the sofa. I don't mean to tune you out, wish I had capacity like how you always there for me. Got a love like this, how you love like that. I've been in the mix, need a minute. You always have my love, that's a given. Say I'm running hot, but that was yesterday. Yeah, you needed more, like it was payday. Yeah, I'm losing you with every move I make. I can't get it right, I just complicate. But when I turn around, it's always too late. Then you run away and say I'm playing games. Then we grow apart, I just needed space. Now you're out of sight, but I need you now. No, I don't want you, I need you, need you. Cause my height came down, height came down. No, I don't want you, I need you, need you. Cause my height came down, height came down. No, I don't want you, I need you, need you. Cause my height came down, height came down. No, I don't want you, I need you, need you. Cause my height came down, height came down. I don't wanna sleep without you, missing how we cuddle up. Push you to your limit, now you care, that's how I'm feeling. My bed is just too big for me. Want you in my bed with me, but you won't even talk to me. Damn. Cotton sheets smell like you, no checking texts, it's not like you. I'm texting you, I'm calling them, they telling me it's bad enough. I just wanna fix it up, but you don't even give a Say I'm running hot, but that was yesterday. Yeah, you needed more, like it was payday. Yeah, I'm losing you with every move I make. I can't get it right, I just complicate. But when I turn around, it's always too late. Then you run away and say I'm playing games. Then we grow apart, I just needed space. Now you're out of sight, but I need you now. No, I don't want you, I need you, need you. Cause my height came down, height came down. No, I don't want you, I need you, need you. Cause my height came down, height came down. No, I don't want you, I need you, need you. Cause my height came down, height came down. No, I don't want you, I need you, need you. Cause my height came down, height came down. No, I don't want you, I need you, need you. Cause my height came down, height came down. No, I don't want you, I need you, need you. Cause my height came down, height came down. No, I don't want you, I need you, need you. Cause my height came down, height came down. No, I don't want you, I need you, need you. Cause my height came down, height came down. No, I don't want you, I need you, need you. Cause my height came down, height came down. Height came down. Height came down, height came down. Height came down, height came down. Yeah, that's Height Came Down. My latest single.
So I've been having a lot on my mind lately. I don't want you to think it's anything bad, because it's definitely not bad. I just feel like you should sit down so I can talk to you. You ready? You ready?
What if I said how I really felt? Would you listen with your heart open? Or would you close it, run away, cause it's still hurting? I feel so hesitant, reluctant. Maybe I'm afraid, but who isn't? I don't wanna hide behind a lie. Like when you say my name, you don't give me butterfly. I try to keep it cool, but you know how that do. Confuse you. I'm living in a world of fantasy. My mind is the canvas, I can feel the imagery. Could be something special, I could be all that you need. We could turn this into something, practice alchemy. I just wanna see, I just wanna feel, I just wanna chill, lay back, lay back. Yeah, I just wanna chill, lay back, lay back, lay back, lay back. Come on. So real, so chill. So real, so chill. So real, so chill. So real. I like that, yeah. Mine is occupied, going miles a minute. When you can't concentrate, know it's I that who did it, Got a feeling and it's heaven in my heart. Heavy in my heart, pure light when it spark. Feel like guitar chords and piano melodies. Too good to be real, remind me how you feel still. Wishing I can capture every moment. Conceal it in a safe compartment. I'm living in a world of fantasy. My mind is the canvas, I can feel the imagery. Could be something special, I could be all that you need. We could turn this into something, practice alchemy. I just wanna see, I just wanna feel, I just wanna chill, lay back, lay back. Yeah, I just wanna chill, lay back, lay back, lay back, lay back. So real, so chill. So real, so chill. So real, so chill. So real. I like that, yeah.
All right, Radiolandia. Everybody here on KPFA. Those tuning into Radio Café. You just heard Imderald Brown bringing her sound to our airwaves with a live-to-tape performance directly for you. Thank you very much, Imderald. Really appreciated that. That High Came Down is it's an earworm. It gets stuck with you. I like it.
That's great. That's my intention. I want people to get stuck with it. I want people to have it stuck in their heads. High came down, high came down.
That's some good music right there. So
thank you.
This is coming up on your latest project right now, right?
No, that's my single. I released it July 18th. So it's only been out. It's been out for a week.
Is it part of an upcoming project?
No, it's just a single.
Just a single?
Just a single. Not even just a single. It's a single that I'm really proud of.
Okay.
I really like that song.
Is it going to be part of an album later on, or is it just going to stay a single?
It's going to stay a single.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I have a bunch of other singles lined up on the way too.
Okay. The two other songs you performed aside from that, like, are they also more recent singles?
Chill is a single, is it? No, actually Chill and Ember's song, they are from my project, my EP Embers. So I released that about 2 years ago.
Embers, that was released 2021?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or 2020?
Or one of those years.
Production was done by Aquaman and Cole Holland?
Yep.
Okay.
Cole Holland, shouts out to him and shouts out to Aquaman. Aquaman's amazing producer. He's just super talented. Both of them are super talented. Cole Holland, yeah.
Okay, and then before that, you had released something in 2018, which was called Enigma.
Enigma, yes, that's my album, 15-track album. Yeah. I had a lot of fun writing that and recording it. Yeah.
Full-on LP. Well, did you press it or was it just digital?
Just digital. I had some CDs, not CDs, but yeah, just digital and like some printouts of like people could scan the code and get the album.
Okay, and before that, you had something called Brainstorm, and even before that, Collision Imprint.
Yeah.
So
taking it back. Yeah.
We're gonna take it back. I might go back even further because I found out more recently you had a different name back in 2006.
Yeah.
Imderald Bay, and you used to make music that was a little bit more hyphy.
Imderald Bay was a completely different person. It's all about growth. It's all about growth. I'm able to look back at Imderald Bay and be like, yeah, she was really talented, but she had a lot going on, and she didn't have any direction. But yes, Imderald Bay made some hyphy stuff and some party music.
All right. And you were telling me earlier that you were even signed. You have representation. There's an album out there people can buy on like Amazon. You actually have to physically buy it. It was before all these streaming services. And that album was called Sweet and Sour.
Yeah, it was called Sweet and Sour. I had, it was a time when I was really excited about creating my first album. Like all these songs, I get to choose from like 200 beats or so. Like it was a really exciting time, and that probably was the first time I spent a lot of time in the studio working on that Sweet and Sour album with my my manager at the time. Yeah.
And who did the production on that album? Was it various, or was it you, or was it
one person sticks out for me, and that's Remo Conscious, who was a rapper out of the Bay, a conscious rapper out of the Bay. He did the beat for Twist Twist. That's the hyphy song on there.
Okay.
And the other producers, I have no idea who those producers were, except for me. I produced some tracks on there too. I produced Back on the Track on there. I produced Shaking It Up on there, and I produced, what else did I produce on there? Cause Drama. I think that's on that album.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Back in the day.
So between that time, 2006 and 2016, what happened there musically?
Musically, between 2006 and
2016, when you dropped Mental Mayhem.
So I spent a lot of during 2006, 2007, 8, 9, 10. Most of those years were focused towards my health. And I was struggling. I wanted to get back into music. but my health was really deteriorating. So I kind of like lost myself. And 2016, I built enough mental stamina to be able to say, I'm going to do this because this is what I like to do. This is what I love to do. So I'm going to do it. But it still was a challenge for me.
Now, were you still rhyming during that time, spitting flows or just like writing or anything during that gap?
During that gap, I was really, no, I was still writing. I think I was writing here and there, and I did do some recording. I was recording myself. I made like mixtapes that I put out on SoundCloud and then deleted later. And then, cause during that time I was stressed about my health deteriorating, and the way I was coping with that was through alcohol. So like I didn't have things together at all. But so I was making a lot of drunken music. Yeah. And I didn't have any like clear set goals during that time. I was just making music because I was using it as like an outlet. That's all I knew how to do, was use music as an outlet or creativity as an outlet.
Was it your declining health that kind of inspired you to get back into making music the way you did, getting you that focus, getting you back into the mind frame where you're like, I'm going to create this, I'm going to do what I do? Or was it something else?
I think it's just the passion that I have for music. Like I haven't completely stopped music. I feel like my deteriorating health has pushed me to do not just music, but to just take care of myself in general and push through life in general. Like when you have a chronic illness, like it kind of feels, for me, like life kind of just passes you by while you're just kind of stuck still. So I had to develop over the years this like mental stamina to be able to do the things that I want to do, or just like I know that I have to be able to exert myself, or I have to go past my limits for certain things. And it's kind of developed within me, like this sense of don't give up, never give up. I can do this. You can do this. You just got to push a little harder. And it's, I'm pretty sure some people will say, don't push yourself hard. You need to rest. You need to do this. But like, in order for me to make it in my life, that has been my foundation, is that I have to look forward and be like motivated to keep going. I have to motivate myself to keep going, because if not, then I won't get anywhere in life.
And is that whole realization and that whole process that got you to that point, you wrote a book, and you wrote a self-help book.
I did.
Is that kind of like what brought that into fruition? Let's talk about that.
What brought that into fruition? Inspiration, honestly. Inspired thought. Both of them. I'll just, I don't know, wake up one day and I'm like, ooh, I want to write a book. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to write a book. What's it going to be about? Oh, it's going to be about this. It's going to be about that. And then all these ideas started coming about, and I'm like, I'm going to write this book with the intention to share my story and be relatable to other people who may be going through what I've gone through, which was addiction and trauma and stuff like that. Now in 2023, I would definitely like to go back to that book, which is called Chronicles of the Weeping Addicts, a Manual for Creative Souls. I would like to go back and do like some edits on it and re-release it as a new edition, like second edition, because I've gained a lot more information and knowledge and growth. And for my other book, Staged, which is illustrated by Senor Gigio. So shouts out to Senor Gigio. Writing Stage was the most therapeutic, was the most creative therapeutic like project I've ever worked on, including music. Yeah, it took me out it just took me out of the physicality of life and took me into the spiritual realm. And I was able to see more of like the inner workings that's keeping me afloat spiritually. It's like I'm more than this flesh. I am truly a spiritual being, and there's a lot of comfort in that. It's like I'm not of this world. I'm from something else. This is just me passing through. This is like my life class. I'm here to learn. I'm here to experience, and it's all temporary.
A spiritual being living in many metaphors for that.
Yeah.
So Staged. How can people find these books?
They're both distributed through Amazon. So.
And you got digital and physical hard copies of those?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have of the Chronicles of the Weeping Addicts. I need to order some author copies, but it is on Amazon. And once again, it's called Chronicles of the Weeping Addicts, a manual for creative souls.
Are you planning on doing, because you are a vocal artist,
Mm-hmm.
maybe doing an audiobook version of these at some point?
I would love to. And then I also have ideas of other like audio projects that are like literary, like in nature.
Mm-hmm.
And like, yeah, I'm not sure exactly, but I have thought about creating audiobooks for both.
All right.
That'd be fun, actually.
No, I would.
I would enjoy that.
I think listeners would enjoy it too.
Mm.
You have a good voice for audiobooks.
Thank you.
Do you feel like reciting a poem for our listeners real quick?
Reciting a poem? Sure, why not? The only poem I know by heart, though, is an old poem that I wrote when I was like 18. It's about domestic violence. A friend of mine hit me up and she's like, I'm doing an event around domestic violence and I need you to write a piece for it. And I was like, sure, I'll write a piece. I don't know why it's the only poem I know by heart, but it is. But I'm not going to do that one. I'm going to look into my drive and find some.
Okay.
I'll read something from Staged. Give me 1 sec.
And then after that, we're going to go on to your acting.
Oh, okay.
Because you've done skits and monologues, and you've
yeah.
also starred in something that you had to sign an NDA about.
Oh,
you
yeah.
Can't talk about that right now, but listeners, at some point, she's going to be on the big screen.
Yeah, I'm at a space where I really want to give attention to other projects that I've started that have nothing to do with music. And that's the thing. A lot of times I feel like I'm being put into a box with like music because people see me as like a rapper and this and that. But I'm like, I've been doing all these other things before I even started rapping.
You're a full-on Renaissance woman.
But here is a poem.
We're just waiting for you to like, invent something, get into like building or creating. And then you'll be like a modern day Leonardo da Vinci.
Ooh.
But she.
Ooh. Okay. Bound by the absence and nothingness. Inspiration has no substantive restraints. Worldly laws have no grasp on my scribbles. Unconfined streams, comfortably dodging borders, placed there to hinder connection of what has always been. Belly flopping in endless supply, a diet would be foreign. Feast and fill up, give because there is more where it came from. And let's see. This is one of my favorite ones. I am as empty as a giver. These thoughts know nothing. They are unreliable. This voice speaks, but utterances undefined. My body moves unlike my mind. I am losing my container of spirit, noticing the unfamiliar, insanely detached. I like that one a lot because I feel like that a lot too.
Yeah.
Because as the more I start to understand spiritual concepts and, the more I feel like I am connected to my source, my higher power, which is like all the time I am connected to that. But there are times where I'm not so consciously aware of that connection. But like the more I learn, the more I'm just like, the reality of this existence isn't.
You're always connected.
Always connected, yeah.
It's just sometimes hard to comprehend.
Exactly. It's not, I honestly probably don't really feel like you're supposed to comprehend it. It's something that you have to feel, you have to experience within your being. You have to like feel it. And it's like a knowingness too. And it's so, and like, whenever I talk about it, I contradict myself because I feel like it means so many different things. And it does contradict itself. Because like the truth, yeah. I'll leave it at that.
Okay. There's another thing you said. You said you wanted to do things outside of music, but you could argue it all is music and it all is connected.
It's all connected. It's all creative in that sense. But yeah, there's some scripts I started that I would like to finish. There's some monologues that I would like to. I've been wanting to create a event space where I bring a bunch of artists together and they do poetry, they do music. There's some speakers and there's writing and like all this stuff, but it's all centered around trauma and domestic violence. That's something I've been wanting to actually put my focus into and like actualize, but I've been like super busy with other things.
Now, the story of domestic violence in you, if you don't want to talk about this, that is understandable, but...
I'm an open book.
Okay. What I noticed that was like a reoccurring theme in some of your work and with your intention. Where did that come from? Was that something you experienced when you were a child? Or was that something you experienced yourself in a relationship?
I never experienced it myself in a relationship. The domestic violence I'm speaking of is from family dynamics. As a child, as a kid, as a teenager, I haven't experienced it in a romantic relationship, but I have experienced domestic violence in family systems.
Which is trauma.
A lot of trauma. Yeah. I've been choked. I was choked twice. I was like 12 years old by an adult. My mother was physically abused by my father. My mother would remind me all the time that my father wasn't the only man to hit her with his fist. And so I was around a lot of trauma, a lot of domestic violence, a lot of violence in general. And looking back at it, it's a lot. It's a lot to have gone through as a kid. And now in my adult life, I have all these tools to heal that adolescent, young child, young teenager. And it's a long journey. I've been healing for a long time. And, it's, I have a high ACE score, and I'm like, typically I'm a prime example of what it is, of the effects of growing up in a dysfunctional child home. Like, I have autoimmune disease, there's just like, I fit it to a T. If anybody knows what like the ACE score is, like, it's real. So it's important to, have awareness. It's important to have mentors. If I had mentors when I was young, and luckily I was a part of a youth organization that kind of helped me get out of the home, like through creativity and going to like group meetings and talking about art and talking about musical projects, you know, it was good for me because I was away from the home, away from the dysfunction during those times. And also, like, I had a mentor who was older than me. She was like 10 years older than me. I met her, I don't know, somewhere in Berkeley. And, you know, she became a really good friend of mine. We're still friends to this day, but she was definitely someone who I was able to vent to. I was able to come to during times of crises. And shouts out to Celine. And yeah, she's like a big sister to me. So yeah, healing journey starts with awareness of where you come from and the willingness to want to change. You know, because trauma for me, it came with a lot of detrimental things to my health, like alcoholism was a huge one.
Yeah.
And addiction in general.
This organization, it's a local Bay Area one?
It was a local Bay Area organization. It was called Youth Movement Records. This was way back in the day. I was a teenager.
There's a lot of good organizations like that come out of the Bay here.
They're so important.
Yeah.
They really are. They are really, really important.
So do you see yourself like taking on the mantle of being a mentor?
I see myself as I wanna do so much. I want to talk more about trauma, you know. I'm, like I said, I'm an open book. I feel like people tend to dismiss trauma as in like it's something negative, like, oh, you're talking about your trauma. I don't want to, like, it makes me uncomfortable, you know. But like the reality is that this is the reality of someone's life. And I spent I'm in a support group called ACA, Adult Children of Alcoholics and Dysfunctional Families. So we say we come from the dysfunctional family rule of don't talk, don't trust, don't feel. So I'm working on being able to talk about it, being able to feel it, being able to trust. In dysfunctional families, we're, you know, silenced. Everything's kept a secret. Things are swept under the rug. But it's important to talk about it. And I want to help, you know, people have the voice to speak up about things that they've gone through and not feel so stigmatized. Like I want myself to like have that power to speak up about the things that I've gone through because it's my truth. And I want to share my truth. And I believe in vulnerability and being authentic. And that's why I do it. Those are my values. I want to share what I've gone through. And if I didn't go through it, I wouldn't be who I am today at all. I'm thinking about writing another book about this. You know, the second edition of Chronicles of the Weeping Addicts, a manual for creative souls, or something completely different. Maybe start like a nonprofit or something. There's something in the air. There's something that wants to come through me and inspired thought, but I haven't really tuned into the frequency of that yet. Okay. But it's coming. I can feel it.
Yeah, that event you were talking about.
Yeah.
Do you have any ideas on who you'd want, if you know, like your dream team of who would be there?
I reached out to a few people.
Okay.
Yeah, I need to follow up on that and get that ball rolling.
You also act. And you've done theater. You've done theater here in the Bay, and including skits and monologues. But you also are acting on the big screen now, and you can't talk too much about that. But when you can, we'll bring you back on the air, and we'll go more in depth on that. But let's talk about that part of your life. She really is a Renaissance woman here.
I write the skits and the monologues. I haven't performed a monologue or a skit, but I have been in a play years ago at the Black Repertory Theater. That and this movie. No. But all the other acting stuff, it's more so on the writing. Like, it's no acting. It's just me writing monologues and like dialogue and scripts.
Can you talk about
Unfinished,
how you got discovered as being an actor?
So for this movie, it was just random. Like, I met this guy. His name is Ned. Shouts out to Ned. He's the one. He's the film director and writer of the movie that I'm in. That I don't know when's coming out. It's still in production. They're still shooting some shots for it. So I met him out in the public, and he was just like, "Hey, you have this look about you, and I think that you would be a great fit." And I'm like, "Well, I do music, blah blah blah." And he's like, "Oh, okay. Well, if you're interested, like, let's exchange information." And we exchanged information, and then I don't know, like 4 months went by. Then I get an email, and it's Ned, and he's like, "Hey, so remember, and he's like, "Are you interested?" And I'm like, "Sure." And then next thing you know, he's sending a bunch of contracts, and I'm sending them back, and then we're taping, and that's how that went.
And how was that experience?
It was a great experience. I really enjoyed it. We shot for like 12 hours. There was a makeup artist. There was food. Definitely catered to. It was amazing. I just felt so welcomed. And, I got to dress up in a way that I've never dressed up before. And, yeah, I had fun. It's like make-believe for adults, That's what... And kids, too. Kids make believe in acting.
All right. So that was a good experience right there.
It was a good experience.
Are you planning on doing more of that?
Oh, I wouldn't mind.
Okay.
I wouldn't mind. It would be fun.
All right. So listeners, anybody out there making a movie,
let me know.
Imderald Brown.
Yeah.
Now, is there anything else you'd like to let us know before we bring this to a conclusion, Imderald? Like, tell people how they can find you.
Folks could find me on Instagram at Imderald Brown. Imderald is spelled with the I, not an E, so it's IMERALD Brown. Find me on Facebook, Imderald Brown, spelled with the I. Find me on TikTok, Imderald Brown. Feel free to check for my books. Chronicles of the Weeping Addicts, A Manual for Creative Souls, is under a different name. Instead of Imderald Brown, it's my initials, which is J.I., then Brown. My full name is Janae Imderald Brown. So I was like, I don't want to put this out as Imderald. I'm going to put it out as J.I. Brown. It sounds a little cooler. Actually, I was really figuring out my author name. So I was like, let's go with J.I. Brown. And then Stage. And I'm like, Stage is so poetic. So let's use Imderald. But yeah, so you can find Chronicles of the Weeping Addicts, J.I. Brown. And then Staged, Imderald Brown. And you could also keep up with me via my website, imderaldbrownmusic.com, and stay tuned for all of the creative endeavors that I have happening.
All right. So thank you very much, Imderald Brown.
Thank you, Falcon, for having me.